Hi, my name is Carlton Forrester, and I'm the developer of Block Builder FX, a game currently available for free on the App Store. This is going to be a quick video on the overview of physics effects. Physics effects are something that you can apply to the builds that you create in the game, and are basically a pretty way of destroying your build. But you can create some pretty interesting looking visuals by doing this. Let's go ahead and get into a level. We're in creative mode, and then we're going to need something to apply our physics effects to. So I'm just going to add a tower from the starter builds, and I can go over starter builds in another video, but we'll just go ahead and add what's called the tall tower. So there is something that we can apply our physics to. The first thing you'll need to know that this is the physics menu right here. Everything under here is just a physics effect that we can apply. Now the first thing is clear board. That'll be pretty useful no matter what you're doing. If you want to just remove everything from the level, you just click that. Now keep in mind we can reload our build by hitting this button, the reload build button, and then we can reapply the last effect, the last physics effect, by hitting this button. So you can see it's pretty easy to get rid of it and bring it back. Okay, so let's look at some physics effects. The first one is random disappearance. This is basically going to just remove random objects from your build over the space of about 15 seconds, and that's configurable. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But this is interesting, as some builds are going to tolerate this more, better than others. So it's just an interesting effect to watch. All right, let's try another one. Jolt. That just simply jolts it from below. And again, some builds are going to handle that better than others, but it's still an interesting effect. Weightlessness. This one's called Don't Touch the Ground. Any item that touches the ground is removed. Explosion. Keep in mind that some of these effects take place over time and some are instantaneous. So the explosion effect is instantaneous, as you can see. The explosion effect happens at the center of the build. You can see that when I apply it, it happens right at the center. You can also throw an explosion ball, which will cause the explosion to happen wherever the ball hits. So you can do that, or say we want the explosion down at the base. Or say that another effect is throw destruction ball. This causes a chain reaction. Oops. It disintegrates items that are in contact with each other. Okay, notice when we apply an effect that is applied over time, that you'll see this timer up on the left hand side, and that's counting down to the end of the effect. If I hit that button, then it'll stop that effect. So let me start it again. we're doing vortex, I'll stop it by hitting that button, and then the effect will be over. You can adjust that time by going to settings, and then this button right here adjusts the length of time that physics are applied. Anywhere from 2 to 60 seconds. Also notice explosion, the force that is applied here, that's the default force. We can change the explosion force. Right now it's 25. We can change that to anywhere from 5 and 100. So if we set it to 5, you see the explosion force isn't that great. Where if we set it at 100, it's pretty devastating. Alright, and there are some other effects in here. I'll let you play around with those on your own, and there are more effects on the way with an update coming soon. But this is just giving you an overview of how it works. You apply effects, and then you reload your build. Apply, reload, just to play around with what effects are available. Also, while you're applying physics effects, you can lock the build at any time. So, say we do an explosion, we'll hit lock. It's locked in place, and then you can release it and the physics will continue. We also can do, let's just do another effect here. Cluster. Cluster changes the center of gravity to be the center of the build itself, and then applies some rotational force. So if I were to do an explosion on top of that, then I could lock it, you know, we see everything is pretty spread out there. Now, the last thing is slow motion. We can turn on slow motion to observe, you know, the effects. Let's do an explosion. Also notice that the swipe rotation speed is slowed under slow motion as well. So this is, we're looking at the explosion in slow motion. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.